for each and every game during the Virginia Cavaliers' run to the national championship. There was a constant in the stands: UVA legend Ralph Sampson. The three-time National Player of the Year and the leader of the Wahoos to their first trip to the Final Four was asked by Dave Koehn at UVA's national championship celebration on Saturday when he knew he was going to follow to Virginia all the way through the national championship game. Sampson's answer was perfect. "I decided 40 years ago," said Sampson. Ironically, 40 years ago today, also Thomas Jefferson's birthday, this weekend, was my official visit to the University of Virginia. It's my mother's birthday, she turns 81 today. So, it was 40 years ago that I came on my official visit and decided to go to UVA. So how special is this, 40 years later? The ride to Columbia had just started and you got a feel for the passion, and I got a great opportunity to get the Bennett family a little bit more. Sitting beside them, we screamed and hollered and couldn't sit down 4 minutes into the game. It was very special. You go to one game, you have to go to another, and then you go to another. I've had the same tennis shoes on, and I'm going to retire these tennis shoes after I get home. And I'm going to wear them next year, so we go do it twice. Sampson was asked how this experience compared to his UVA run to the Final Four. As the story goes, the previous year, we all kind of got sad, and then to come back a year later and be here? It's the best story in college basketball history. So as sad as we were last year, we're pretty happy right now. When we played back in '81, it was a good feeling to get there. We got beat by North Carolina, and every time I see Tony and the crew beat North Carolina, I'm like, yeah, that's good. Beat North Carolina, Duke, and the rest of the boys. We had a fun week at the airport. Scott Stadium wasn't quite like this. We didn't have an upper deck, we didn't have an end zone. The football team wasn't that great. But now, think about all the sports here at UVA: basketball, football. This is amazing. Ahead of the Final Four, UVA head coach Tony Bennett was asked what it was like to have Sampson sitting behind the UVA bench for each game. "He's great," said Bennett of Sampson ahead UVA's win over Auburn in the Final Four. "He's been so good to me since I've been here. Obviously, he's a legend, and what he's done for Virginia basketball and the game has been terrific. He's come around our team. You know, he's related to Braxton Key. He's come around our team throughout the years. Whenever he's around or in Charlottesville or doing stuff, he'll stop by practice. He does charity stuff. And whenever he'll come by and say hello to the guys. I got to see Ralph a lot in the hotel, and he was just fun through this NCAA tournament. Whenever he's around and our guys get to talk to him, it's a real treat because of just who he is, the kind of man he is, and his impact on the game of college basketball and, of course, specifically the Virginia basketball and its history."